And joining us here today on our Eye on Terre Haute is Mayor Duke Bennett. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Well, we've had a little bit of pretty weather this week. You know, with the weather, you guys have been able to go outside and have some construction done. How is 3rd Street wrapping up?
It's should be finished, this week, all the final pieces. It kind of carried over for this spring because we didn't quite get finished before the asphalt plant closed last year. But the drainage issues have been addressed. That was a real serious problem. ADA ramps have been put in at all the corners, so now we're compliant with federal law. The little beautification section there that we've done, the light poles were painted. So it's kind of both a safety and kind of a beautification project through there. So all new sidewalks and curbs, and it's just going to look a lot better in that downtown stretch, plus provide some safety features.
So that should be all wrapped up soon.
Yep. Done here in the next couple of days. The worst case is first of the week.
Now, the one thing that you guys are not wrapping up and just kind of finally getting a start onto it because of the weather is the construction throughout town. You have a different couple projects that you guys are working on.
Yeah, Margaret Avenue is the biggest one. We got 2 pieces of that. One out on the east end, out towards 46, that has picked back up again, and then the section from 7th to 14th Street where construction has started again now that the spring has arrived. And so both of those areas will be, all year here. Will be work being done. Out on the east end will get done a little bit sooner than that section at 7th and 14th, but major improvements that we've needed for a very long time, and we're going to get both of those done this year.
Okay, and you also have a project that they've been talking about with Artscapes, is the Turn to the River project. Explain a little bit more about that.
Well, really what it boils down to is we want more people to be exposed to the river. We want them to visit the river, and Fairbanks Park's kind of the only place you can really do that easily. And so the Turn to the River project is really creating a gateway from downtown through the government campus and then access the river there at the bridges. There's a new trail that ISU will be putting in from the north that'll come down to that area. And of course, we've got a trail through the park, and then the new trail we put in south of the park all the way to I-70. And then that'll be kind of the middle section where there'll be a trail system, if you will, from 3rd Street to the river. And so this Turn to the River project is really just adding some artwork, benches, just a promenade, and just access to the river there. That'll be really a neat feature that's added. We're planning on doing a remodeling of the City Hall parking lot anyway to deal with some drainage issues, and it's deteriorating. And so we're tying these things together. So right now we're trying to design that, and then next year a lot of that work will be completed.
It's fairly new. They're kicking off some groups and meetings to talk about this, kind of brainstorm some ideas, and they're asking for some responses from the public also.
Exactly. And just people giving their ideas about, what would make you want to, walk, basically.
What's going to draw your attention there?
Yeah, we want to bring people to the river, and really would like for that to be much more of a pedestrian-friendly stretch through there.
Okay, and one of the ways that we like to do that is by keeping Terre Haute beautiful, and we have one coming up this May. Tell people a little bit about that if they've never heard of it before, plus how can they participate? Well,
the first weekend in May and the first weekend in October, we have our citywide cleanup, and this coming May 2nd, we'll be gathering. We're going to work on the north side, and this one we try to flip back and forth and cover all the areas. We will be placing dumpsters at a variety of places throughout the city where you can bring your own stuff and put it in the dumpsters, but we'll have 300 or 400 people will be out targeting certain areas. We'll go down, clean up streets, city properties that are vacated, sidewalk areas, the street, the alleys, and picking up all that loose trash and then all the big stuff that's sitting out. So we'll have a big mobilization that day. If you'd like to help, we can always use all the help we can get. Call the mayor's office. We'll get out through the media. We'll tell you exactly where we're going to meet. Usually try to gather about 8 o'clock and work till about 11 or so. It's not hard. We provide all the shirts and gloves, and there'll be food there. Really just asking people to come out and help us beautify Terre Haute.
Just wear some gym shoes and clothes that you're willing to get a little dirty.
That's right.
But get your hands dirty, okay?
It's fun.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you about was just right along 13th Street, that plot of land, that ground that you guys had cleaned up the coke and carbon plant. Anything moving forward with that?
Well, there's been some interest in it, but nothing specific yet. There's still another section that needs to be cleaned, so the people are kind of looking at the perimeter of it, which that was what we intended to do, but we haven't got any deals closed on that yet. But there continues to be an interest. It's a great physical location. We're going to work to get that other section cleaned up, so we'll be finished with that. But I would suspect that we'll hear something probably this year about maybe somebody moving forward with the project.
Gotcha. A lot of plans still moving forward. All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
All right, sounds good. News 10. We'll be right back.